Hey everybody, it's Bruno on MB, where it can't all be serious, and I'm joined by my good friend Clementine. Clementine, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into?
I'm prepared.
All right, let's give it a try. You know, we're talking about getting your career job, and I mean, you're an expert in that area, helping people get in and out of jobs, I guess. So let's not keep our folks waiting. What do you tell them? How do you get your dream job?
Well, times are changing, and I think what's most important for all resume job seekers to know right now is how much the market has changed, especially over the past 2 years. We just walked into one of the worst recessions since the Great Depression, and what that means for job seekers is that it's a flooded market. So there are so many job seekers looking for work right now, and what we've seen more recently is that jobs are being posted. So initially when the pandemic happened, there weren't a lot of jobs. What we're seeing now, there are. But there are a lot of people applying at the same time. So it's really important that job seekers are strategic and understand how to navigate this world because it's changed. It's changed, it's evolving, and it's exciting. It's a dynamic place to be right now.
Well, I'm going to say something right out there, okay?
Yep.
I treat this as more of an exchange kind of thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're going to exchange more than I exchange. But so many people, because of my past history as a recruiter, they say, can you take a look at my resume and tell me what's wrong or right about it?
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to have you here because I always have my answer. Is I'm not a resume writer, I'm a reader.
Yeah.
It's kind of like people say, I know social media. Now, you know how to watch social media, but it's a different animal to create social media.
Yep.
So I'm really happy to tell you that, to have you here because now I can tell everybody that asks me, I can refer them to you. What is the key difference when somebody's trying to write a resume as opposed to just seeing so many resumes? Like, what is the main key?
Well, there's a few. The first is that we use formatting basically to target ourselves for you. So we make sure that we're maximizing readability of these documents because what we know right now is recruiters are seeing so many applications in such a short period of time that they're not being read initially, they're being scanned. And within a couple of seconds, and you can attest to this, Bruno, you can identify if someone's qualified for a position or if they're not. If you're going to look at that applicant or that candidate more seriously, or if they're in the toss pile. So when we're writing a resume, we're wanting to make sure that right off the bat, it is clear that this person is qualified and that we want to engage you to keep reading. That's the whole idea. The other main shift we've seen, and I think this is a big shift in especially how so many of us were taught to write resumes, is that the way we were taught to write resume is kind of more of like a job description where you kind of describe your duties. And the shift that we've seen now is that it's accomplishments based. It's not that you can do this duty, it's how you've done this duty in a way that has garnered great results, in a way that has made the company money or streamlined efficiency or whatever metric would be important, secured subsequent business, whatever that is. You want to show how you've executed these duties, these competencies in a way that has been beneficial.
Right. I appreciate that because one of the big things, and it's just coincidental that you're one of our guests and this side of the business I used to do, intensely, is I always say, and I think we're saying the same thing, is that, it's a roadrunner and a coyote thing, right?
Yeah.
So the coyote never catches the roadrunner because he reads all these diagrams on how to catch a roadrunner, but he never actually talks to a roadrunner and says, how do I catch you? Tell me where you go on Saturday night and everything. And I think the people that do a little bit better in their job search to find their dream jobs, they speak to people like me. And they say, what is it that you're looking for? For example, everybody has an opinion on cover letters.
Yeah. And
I'm telling you right now, I swear on the table, right? I've never read a cover page, ever. And I'm going to tell you, it's on the caption, it says, I've interviewed over 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's low. Not that it's a record-breaking conversation here, but I never read a cover letter. Like, I could care less.
Yeah.
Because if the person doesn't hit the first top 3 things I'm looking for, it goes into this pile.
So I agree with you and I don't. So let me share.
Well,
So
that's
I think
what I do.
So I think when it comes to cover letters, this is what I say. Cover letter is either, if you write a proper cover letter, and that means a cover letter that's not a generic letter. If you're writing a generic letter that you're sending out to multiple positions, don't do it. It's not going to be advantageous. I completely agree. If you are going to risk it and take the time to write a cover letter that is targeted, that speaks to the company that you're wanting to apply for, it's either a neutral or a neutral positive, which means that you risk that it's not going to be read, which isn't going to hurt your application. But you risk that it might be read and that it might actually support your application and enhance you or better sell you as a top candidate. So my opinion on it is always to write one. And again,
100%. I'm going to stop you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause you.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Do you? Oh,
I'm just
good.
saying I never read one.
Okay, there you go.
But if it's not there,
Yeah.
then and somebody does have one,
Yeah.
in the event that it gets, I'm agreeing everything you're saying.
Yeah.
But I've never read one.
Yeah.
Like maybe I skimmed through one after, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And they have a key word in there that I'm like, hey, I didn't know they work with so-and-so.
Yes.
Okay. But I don't read them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know most of the recruiters that I deal with, maybe an executive search, I'm going to give it maybe 1% chance because they don't have to go through thousands of resumes sometimes.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you. It's got to be there. You got to do a really good job just in case.
Just in case.
It doesn't hit the shredder.
Yeah.
All right. So Resume Restoration is the name of your company.
It is.
And what do you do?
So-
Just resumes?
We do resumes, we do anything to do with career transition. So we do outplacement services, we do resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn optimization, and interview preparation. Those are our main kind of services. And then we have an outplacement package that companies provide exiting employees during the time of their exit as well, which is it. But our whole process, Bruno, is collaborative. I think when it comes to resumes, what we're seeing so much on the market right now are these webinars on teaching people how to do resumes. And what we have found with our clients especially, they just want someone to walk through the resume with you in live time and have it kind of done in a short period of time and have them be able to walk out the door and apply with confidence and really take charge of feeling excited about this transition. And so that's our whole process. It's collaborative, it's quick, it's impactful, it gets results. We have a very high success rate. We do surveys. For the 500 clients that we have served in the past almost 2 years since we've been open, we have almost 80% securing interviews when they use a resume restoration resume, which is a statistic we're really proud of because a large number of our clients are technical professionals, and given the market when it comes to oil and gas in Calgary and how it's been over the past 2 years, it's been a little bit volatile. So we're very proud of those statistics.
And it's just because you live in Calgary, but you service all of Canada.
All of Canada. Yeah, we're fully remote, so everything that happens is done through our computers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always, I always say it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's how you know them. And that's probably, at the risk of, we don't endorse companies or anything because we don't work for them, but you were highly recommended because that's the experience that they had. And I always preach that. And that's one of the reasons why our referral said, hey, you got to meet Clementine and Aaron, who's your partner,
Yes.
right? And they said it wasn't just a number or type here, type there. Why don't we touch on the uniqueness that you have to bring to life on paper?
Yeah.
And the experience is not just, this is what you'd put on a resume and go ahead and fill in the blanks. Like, how can you actually, give us a tip on that?
When it comes to working with individuals, it's really understanding that your resume is your personal sales pitch. So your story doesn't necessarily fit into predetermined boxes. It might be more advantageous for you to have a career highlights section. It might be more advantageous for you to have a skills or a qualifications section. It might be more advantageous for you to partner your volunteer experience with your professional experience if you're a new grad, for example. So there are different ways we approach people. And one of the unique pieces of our company is that my business partner, Erin, as you mentioned, she's a graphic designer because we believe that formatting matters. We believe that how you present this information, it's not just about the content, it's about how that content is displayed. It matters. And especially when you're looking at a flooded market, when you do have professionally formatted resumes that do stand out, it can really help your application stand out. It can identify you as someone who has taken the time to do this, as a professional who is aware of how to sell themselves in a way. And we truly believe aesthetics matters, especially in this world.
You know, I'm so happy we had this meeting, and I'm not just being facetious, is that I love when you go agree and disagree. Because that's what this program is all about. I mean, it's not an infomercial. It really is not. And it's just more, hey, that's just my opinion. I love that. So you're going to be back.
I would love to be back. Thank you so much.
Okay, so our next session, I don't know what we're going to be talking about. Maybe outplacement, maybe how to get the right interview, or I don't know. Why don't you think about it and we'll figure it out. Whew, I survived that one. Anyways, no, that was a lot of fun. So thanks for showing up. And how do they get in touch with you?
Oh, our website is resumerestoration.ca. You can email us at info@resumerestoration.ca, and we're super duper active on Instagram. We share job tips. We share jobs. We share memes. So it's a fun place to find us.
Well, that's all really good, and we'll see you guys next time.